Well, good morning, everybody. A special show today. And you remember we did a show here in the studio when we did the lockdown? Yep. Well, we're not going to talk about that today. I've got a special guest with me today. Do you remember the Daily Raps where we spent 3 days together? Well, we dug it out of the closet for you, ladies and gentlemen, and viewers alike out there. So today we're going to be talking about the importance of behaving appropriately on a sporting field. Now, during the decider up in Brisbane last evening, okay, which we'll talk about in a moment, New South Wales, they did very well. And here's my special guest from DY. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Barry. Thank you for having me back on the show. It's been a long time, but it's always nice to be a special guest on your good old video blog.
And the state of origin, which we'll talk about in a moment. But last night I went along to Gordon and I spoke very, very well. And it was about what it means to be an Australian citizen. You will be able to see that video, which is coming up very soon on your screen. Now, what it means to be an Australian, well, you have to be a kind, respectful person. You have to tell the truth to people and the truth and nothing but the truth. And if you're respectful to other Australian citizens, guys, they will be respectful towards you. Now, this took place at the Karingai Council building in Gordon last night. And I can tell you viewers out there, it was an evening to remember. Now, being a good Australian citizenship, an Australian citizen, you must be honest. You must be respectful. You must have a good attitude. And here's Matt to open the show with that.
Very true, Barry. Well, I'd love to know more after about what that involved up there and how you got an invite up there to Gordon.
Well, I was asked by my site manager at Lifestyles
Okay.
in the week after that. And, I was delighted. And, as soon as I entered the building, bang, the microphone set up, bang, everybody was just bowled over about how I spoke.
Very well, Barry. Very good.
And if you were there last night, Matt, you would have clapped until your fingers dropped off.
That was so. Was there anyone else from Cerebral Palsy up there?
No, just me.
Awesome! What a great ambassador you must have been, Barry. And how many people was the mayor up there, or anyone like that?
Yes.
Wow! So the mayor was up there, and how many guests do you think you were speaking to?
Well, a whole room.
Wow, Barry. Wow, and you got up there to speak for a few minutes?
Yeah, 5 to 7 minutes.
Wow, Barry. And you got a big clap at the end of your of your speech?
Yes, I did. And it was well worth it.
Well done, mate.
Now, the problem was, it was raining. As you know, it was a beautiful sunny day to start with before the heavens opened up.
Yes.
And boy, was it like a tub of Peter's ice cream out there.
Was it that wet last night? Was it? I was indoors, so I didn't know. Okay.
So, guys, if you want to be an Australian citizen, you've got to show it. Prove to people out there like myself and Matt here that you'd like to be an Australian citizenship. And before I left, there was a guy playing the guitar, the national anthem.
Would be nice.
And I would have liked to have gone up there and sang, but due to the timing, I had to get back pretty quickly, so it was a good night all around, and I really did enjoy that. And and it was well worth it because I wanted to get out of the house for an hour or so, and it was really a good night. So, 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 moving off that, being prepared for a speech or to make a speech, which we will talk about now. To make a speech, you must know what you are going to say. Here's Matt now.
Yeah, preparation of the speech is pretty important, Gary. Like you said, to know what subject you're going to talk about and to actually stick to that point.
And don't go on for 20 minutes about the same thing, because there may be other people in the room present that have to make speeches as well, because it depends on what you are going to talk about at that time. Okay, so guys, the important thing is don't crap on about things that are not relevant. Okay, because people have not got all day / night to listen to something that isn't relevant. Here's Matt.
That's true, Barry. Waffling on, we call it. In other words, you waffle. In other words, you're making things up as you go along and not sticking to your point. And what that does is make the audience get very bored and they're not listening. And the whole idea about a good speech is for people to listen.
And like preparing your speech, like knowing what you're gonna say, how you're gonna start it, what you're talking about, okay? And the logistic side of being there. What's the reason you're making the speech? Here's Matt.
That's it. Find out why you're making this speech, and get some good points. Maybe just have a little cheat sheet, we used to call them, or little palm notes that you can look at, so that way you keep on topic.
Excuse me. So, the day before you go to your presentation, it might be a good idea to sit down and look up on your internet about what it is you're going to talk about. Like last Friday, for example, I looked up on the internet with somebody. Okay, we talked about we looked up about being good Australian citizenship, and I didn't have to read off the sheet. I wrote a speech on Sunday night introducing myself, and instead of just crapping on and on, thinking, am I going to send the audience to, or are they going to listen? Because I wasn't going to go there and make a complete deal of myself and bore the audience, because that's not what I was there for. Okay, the important thing is being prepared and practicing your speech too. Here's Matt.
That's it, Barry. The preparation for a speech is the most important. All the prep work that you do, so that way you can sit there and jot down notes, cross out things that you think don't work, speak out loud into the camera or to the mirror, so that way you can practice what you need to say.
And time your speech too.
Good point, Barry. Good point.
And okay, another important thing. We brought this up 2 years ago on one of the shows, and that is writing down your agenda item. Okay? Here's Matt.
Sorry, Barry, what do you mean by the agenda item?
Like, when you go to a meeting and you have your agenda item.
Okay, so what topics you're going to be talking about?
Yes.
That's important. Always do your preparation work so you know what you're going to talk about, Barry.
So, and also before you go to those presentations, you must be in the right frame of mind to go to your presentation, because if you go to your presentation and you're all frazzled, hot and bothered, I don't think anybody will want to listen to you at all. Here's Matt.
That's it. I mean, some people get nervous, which is understandable because they're not used to talking in front of a few people. But if you're prepared, it makes it a lot easier to have that confidence to speak.
So last night, guys, was really very good, and we got back at 7:30, just in time to watch the State of Origin Decider, which is going to be the next subject on our show today. So here we go. Well, the Queenslanders got thrashed by New South Wales last night. 4 points to Queensland, 14 to New South Wales. And what turned out to be a good game of football, but unfortunately there were a couple of scuffles on the field, which often happens. Now, what I saw last night on television was absolutely woeful, pitiful. I couldn't believe what I was seeing was out there. So if you're watching something and you feel, oh, this is not right, you can always turn it over. Here's Matt.
That's it, and understand that people have passion and drive out there, but yeah, we don't condone any form of violence on very few shows.
So, if there's a problem, you know what we're talking about. Don't go stompity stomp, 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 stomp. I've still got the very final episode of the show from 2 years ago when we demonstrated that. And the phone manners. But we're not talking about that today either. So, guys, again, if you're going to go to the football, again, preparation, finding out how much the tickets are going to cost. Do you have someone in a wheelchair? Ring the venue and ask, are there any accessible bathrooms? Any accessible cafes? So that the person can get food. Have you got your companion card? Here's that.
Very true, Gary. You know, that comes down to the other thing we were talking about before, about the speech. When you go to the football preparation, find out how you're going to get there, what time you need to get there, if you need to get there early because you're in a wheelchair. Can you leave later because you're in a wheelchair? Food, toilets, all those things that are important to make your day fun.
And also, if you're gonna go by taxi, guys, make sure you have enough money for your taxi to get to the venue and back. Okay, but if you don't, you can always use your credit card to pay for the fare. And also, guys, tell the driver where you are going and where to drop you off and where to pick you up from when the event is finished. Here's Matt.
Very true, Barry. I can't even add to that one, Barry. You ticked all the boxes there, mate. Did a good job. Very important.
And if you're taking a disabled vehicle, like our house van we've got here, make sure you've got your disabled parking sticker, alright? Because that is very important because the park rangers, if they see you haven't got your sticker or your pass or whatever that we've got, they will find you. Here's Matt.
That's it. Use that disability pass and park in a designated area. If there's no designated areas, you are allowed to park anywhere as long as it's not no parking or no stopping or any of the other no-go zones for cars.
So, enjoy the game, but if someone drops the ball or things like that, don't go boo or hiss, because that's not showing good sportsmanship. Here's that.
Yeah, it's always people out there getting what we're talking about is passion, Barry. So some people take passion a bit too far and they look at the naughty side of passion, Barry.
So, another thing about going to a game is showing consideration for everyone else. And don't just consider yourself. Okay? Because, like we've said before, consideration is the key. Okay? It's like here at the house. If you want to watch something on TV, okay, Like, if you want to watch the news and then someone said no, don't just jump up like the Jack in the Box, like go boing, and then say, I want to watch this, because sharing is important. Here's Matt.
Sharing is caring, Barry, very true. And always think of other people, not just yourself.
So work out whether you need to take food into the venue, although some people may not allow you to take food into the venue. Okay, here's Matt.
I didn't know that, Barry. So, are you allowed to take food in when you go to the football down there?
Well, I don't go to the football, but if you don't feel confident in taking your food, you can always have your dinner before you go,
Good idea.
or take some snacks with you, because food is very expensive wherever you go. So have enough money for snacks or drinks, and to prepare for the outing, you must have gloves, your medication, your urine bottle, and things like that. Here's Matt.
That's it, Barry. Going out, make sure all the right utensils are brought as well, just in case that you come across any different foods or drinks that our clients would like to use.
So, what do you do when you take a client out? Do you check that you've got everything prepared for the day?
Yes. Good question, Barry. Depends on the client. So depending on the client, some clients I need to have food into safe bite-sized pieces, knives and forks. Other clients can eat normal food. So depending on the client's time plan, Barry, I'll go and have a look at that, and then I'll prep what I need. So mopper, a straw, knives and forks, gloves, serviette, those kind of things.
So, and we've spoken about this also as well, and check the weather forecast before you leave as well, because you may wake up in the morning and it's raining, it's pouring.
The old man is snoring.
Yeah, but so if you need to take wet weather gear, guys, that is important. Here's Matt.
Very true, Barry. And like now, it's winter, so it's always make sure you got rugged up. Barry always likes to have his beanie on, and I think that makes a big difference to keeping him warm. Other people might like scarves, extra jumpers, rugs, maybe an umbrella in case it rains.
And make sure you have a backup plan of where on the day, because if you go, if something is planned, okay, outside and it's pouring with rain, I have a plan B organized. Here's Matt.
Very true, Barry. Plan B is always important. Because sometimes plan A and even plan B falls through, doesn't it, Barry? So,
Like it goes,
yeah, and 9 times out of 10, it's out of something that we cannot control. So always plan ahead.
and always be mindful of the COVID conditions as well, because if you feel you need to test before you go into a venue, okay, I saw a sign last night saying do not enter a building if you've got cold or flu symptoms. his map.
That's important because public health is public health and safety. Just because you're sick, please think of other people, because there's a lot of other people that could be, life support, that are taking special drugs, that their immune systems are really low. So please don't be selfish and think of other people.
And if you've got COVID, like we've always said on the show in the past, stay away. And check your vaccination status as well. Here's Matt.
That's true, Barry. Just a bit of common sense now that we've been living with this COVID for a few years now. So look after yourself and do the best to protect yourself and your loved ones.
And we just heard on the news this morning that President Joe Biden has picked up COVID. Well, he did.
He did, yeah.
So we're going to take a break now. And it's 20 past 10. We'll be back to talk with you more about the winter blues and what you can do for the remaining months of winter, and we might even whip up something healthy for lunch today. And we'll tell you about that on the show too. So this is a special edition of Matt and Baz here. He usually works on the Thursday night, but the person that I usually have is away, so thanks Matt for stepping in. And what a beautiful day it is out there. So we might as well have a bit of fresh air as well. And we'll see you back after the break. Here's Matt to take us out.
See you in a bit, fellow listeners.
And viewers.
And viewers as well, Barry, of course.
And we'll be back with you very shortly. Stay tuned. Welcome back to our special coverage with Matt and Babs here. Now we'd like to talk about taking the opportunity to do stuff. Okay? We all like to stay in ourselves and do what we want to do. But if an opportunity is there, why not make the most of it? Here's Matt now to open the rest of our special coverage with that.
That's a good point, Barry, because, most of us get caught in our little bubble and we don't want to do anything that we think could harm us, or we're a bit scared. I mean, that's called fear. But amazing when we go, okay, yes, it's a little bit different. I'm going to give it a go just to see what it's like, because we don't know unless you try. So it's important to try these things, and you might love them. And 9 times out of 10, we do love them, don't we, Barry?
So, I'd like to give you an example now. So, if it's a beautiful day like it is today, okay, if someone is offering to encouraging you, if that's the right way of putting it, please don't get up on your high horse and say, I don't want to do it, okay, because the offer is there. Here's Matt.
That's true. It's always good to listen to what other people say and think, oh, yeah, maybe I should do that today. I was going to stay in my room, or I was going to stay at the office, or I was not going to go out. It's always good to take up an offer if it's there. On a beautiful day too, Barry. Like it's a cracking day today.
Like, look at that.
Winter's day.
So if an offer's there, please take it. Take it up. You don't have to, but the offer is there. And another thing, right? Don't cut the person off if they're speaking to you in the middle of a sentence, because it is rude. It may offend the person. Okay, it may let them down. Here's my outsider.
That's true, Barry. You know, it's always good to listen. When we talk, we don't learn anything. But when we listen, we might learn something.
Because, like I've said during the break before we came back, what's the point of having a life if we're not going to get out there and enjoy it? Isn't that?
That's it, Barry. You've got to make the most of every day, don't we? So, you know, nothing's guaranteed in life.
Because nothing is impossible. Because, take for example, like just one moment ago, my manager said, "Why don't you take the van and do something with it?" And we might even today go out and get some shots of the beautiful coastline that we have. So we might even do that to finish off the day, depending how I feel, of course. It's not a matter of saying, "Come on, Barry, get out there." Because at the end of the day, we all have choices. Here's Matt.
That's right, Barry. You know, as Susanna was kind enough to say, look, there's a van there. If you want to get out and use it, we can use it. We don't have to, but it's nice to have options, Barry.
Yeah. So the important thing of getting out and about, guys, okay, making the most of what we've got. Because as the saying goes, we don't know what we've got until it is gone. Here's Matt now.
That's right, Barry. You know, we're lucky enough today that it's a winter's day. It's 14 at the moment, but it's quite nice out in the sun. Top of 17, and not too windy, Barry, today, which is good for a winter's day. But we'll try and make the most of it.
So the important thing is listening to what others have to say. Okay? You may think that they're talking rubbish, but the offer is there. Like we just said, the offer is there. Okay? And we're gonna make the most of what we've got. Go out, maybe do a little spill of the coastline that we have, and maybe look at where the new Bunnings is going to be.
That's a good idea, Barry. The Bunnings. Whereabouts is the new Bunnings?
It's just off Warringah Road.
Ah, on the corner up there.
Yeah.
On the way to CBA.
And you may recall the new school up there.
Yes.
So we might drive past there and see how that's panning out.
That's a good idea, Barry. That's it. That's on the way, so we can do that too. Kill two birds with the one stone, Barry.
So, the time is coming up to 11:30. Okay, to finish off our CEO session today. We're going to talk about healthy aging and what it means to eat healthy. So I'm just cutting another shot with this. Now you all know the saying, you are what you eat. Okay. You may recall on two shows, a couple of shows that Matt and I did in 2021, 3 years ago. Would I be right?
You're pretty close, Barry. I think that's when I started. So yeah, it would be 3 years.
So the importance of eating healthy and eating healthy improves your mood and your metabolism. But if you eat junk food, okay, no, you're putting the wrong fuel in your body. Here's Matt now.
That's right, Barry. Very well said. You are what you eat. You eat all the fruits and vegetables and grains, fishes, all those good things, the natural things. That's what your body needs in order to survive, not sugar and saturated fats and all the things that make you sick and fat.
And dare I say it, constipated.
That's it, Barry. No one likes to be pushing out marbles, do they?
Because if there's not movement at the station, guys, okay, dare I say it again, okay, our stomachs can become like a balloon, and what is left inside us? No. The contents can become hard and dry. Here's Matt.
Just like concrete, Barry. We don't want to pass concrete, do we, mate?
No. So, to start off your day, we need to have a good, healthy, balanced breakfast. I don't have a box of cereal to show you on the show because I don't have any in here. Alright? But if you fill up on greasy bacon and eggs, guys, no, you're not doing yourself any favors at all. Here's Matt.
That's right, Barry. It's all right to have once every so often, but like Barry said, stick to things that are healthy. I mean, I like having oats in winter, Barry. That's nice and very healthy and a slow burner. A bit of honey and a bit of cinnamon. Lovely, jolly.
So we're going to show you a can of pink salmon on the program now. So we'll pause that. Now, this is a can of Ali pink salmon, guys.
That's the one.
Now, also, what you can do with salmon, you can make it into a roll, which we're gonna have in just a couple of minutes. And there they are there.
Bread roll, a little bit toasted this time today, Barry.
Yep, and the secret to having a healthy lunch, guys. Okay, it's alright to have fish and chips. We are not stopping you from doing it. Okay, it's your body, it's your fuel pump. But if your body doesn't go it won't start to work well, then something tells us there's something wrong. Here's Matt.
Like with the wrong foods in, you're going to get the wrong results. With the right foods in, you get the right results.
So the important thing is drink well, eat well, and most importantly, look up recipes that are healthy and nutritious. Okay? Don't eat crappy, greasy places all the time. Okay? It's nice to have takeaway every so often, every now and again. You might have a farewell or a welcoming party, but guys, take away some of the important things we brought to you today on the show. Because we only have the one life, guys, so why waste it? Here's Matt now.
Exactly right, Barry. Make the most of everything because there's no guarantees in life.
Because if we eat the wrong food, okay, our mood swings can be up and down like boing, 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 you name it. Here's Matt.
That's right, Barry. Just you covered everything for me, Barry. I've got no more to add on that one. You did a good job, mate.
So let's go back over taking our anger out on someone else. Just because someone has offered something or a suggestion, don't get up on your high horse and say, I'm not doing it. Okay, all you've got to say is, look, thanks for the offer, but no thank you. Here's Matt.
That's it. You know, if someone's going to get angry, then please don't get angry as well because that's going to start two people going down a slippery slope that we don't want to be.
It's like going down a slippery slide, isn't it? So if you're gonna be angry and rude to people, well, we've said it before on the show, and we will say it again to conclude the show. If you've got nothing nice to say, then please don't say anything until you are willing to be nice to someone else and jump on the advice that they've given you. Okay, then people will be willing to listen. Here's Matt now.
Very true, Barry. If you've got nothing nice to say, don't say it. Keep your anger to yourself. Don't take it out on innocent parties.
Because at the end of the day, guys, you are not only hurting yourself, you're not only making yourself angry, but other people as well. And don't tell someone to mind their own business either. And say, well, I live here, you don't. Just because somebody works with you doesn't give you the right to shove them aside. Here's Matt now.
That's it. Just be respectful. Treat others the way you want to be treated.
And like I said last night in my speech there, treat people how you would like to be treated. And now, here's the closing sequence. thank you everybody for joining us here on this glorious Thursday. Um, and it's July 18th. And just a reminder that next Thursday I'm off to see a performance at the workplace. So that should be good. And also coming up in August we have Oceana's 11th birthday. So, so I'm going to be talking more about that on the next show. And 11 years ago, on the 19th of August, 2013, that's when Oceana opened. So a big 11 years coming up for Oceana. And to close our program, the number that we rely on 24 hours a day, you know what it is. The 3 donuts or 000, as we call it here. Please do not be an idiot with that number and make a prank nuisance call or put anyone at risk. So, what we'd like to say, if you haven't got an emergency, please do not ring that number. Here's Matt now to close our show with.
Yeah, guys, please, 000 for emergency for people who are in need.
Like me.
Like, exactly, good example, Barry, like yourself. So, please keep the lines free, and we hope that you never need to use the 000.
And it's the same if anyone calls us up and takes and we get in the van to go on a job and we get a phone call to say that we are not required. It is not only a waste of fuel but resources, because we could be sent out on a job that could be important, and here's Matt to tell us that now our van is not there to be sent out on wild goose chases.
That's it, Barry. You've hit the nail on the head there.
So, if you haven't got an emergency guide, please do not ring 000 or us at Oceana, because the van could be about to go out on a job, and here's Matt to close off with that.
Always check with the managers to make sure that the vans are free. Because, like today, we could be lucky enough to get one.
So, we hope that you've enjoyed the show today, and we'll see you next time round on the show. And here's Matt to say his goodbye now.
Thanks for having me, Barry. It's always good to have another catch up and chew the fat, as we say, the important topics. So I'd like to say thank you, Barry, and till next time, my friend.
And remember, guys, it is nice to be nice. Here's Matt to farewell you with that.
That's it. It is nice to be nice, Barry.
So we're off to have our lunch now, and then go off to do some stuff. We'll see you next time round. Until then, as Don Burke used to say, have a good, safe day and hurry.